Hello there, welcome to this video tutorial on how to play Darkest Path featuring Toffee. Now, as you can see, this board game does come with a rulebook which details everything we will cover in this video and frankly even more, as this is only a quick run through of the basics of this board game.
Get on with it!
So without further ado, Darkest Path is a strategic adventure board game where you take on the role of one of 6 budding political figures who are trying to help this tumultuous land by traveling around the kingdom, gaining communal support, using useful items, and eventually getting access to the dangerous prince himself so they may seize control before he is crowned. Thus, as with many board games, to start you must choose your character. Each character has 6 pieces of information to help you decide which playstyle and person you feel most attuned to. Their name, their stealth score, their power score, persuasion score, a special ability, and starting square, which is on the back. Or you can throw all that out the window and go with the one that matches your nails.
So why have your nails turned black?
Because it makes me look fabulous!
No matter which way you choose to select, everyone places their pieces on the starting square and the first player rolls 1 die to move around the board. While moving around, you will land on different area squares, most of which have their own stealth scores and then either a power or persuasion score to match. If your stealth is higher than that of the square, you may draw an item card for free. If your stealth is equal or lower, you will have to fight the guards that are stationed in that area to determine if you may get an object. To fight the guards, you get 1 player to roll a die on behalf of those guards, and you roll a die for yourself. Then you simply add the dice totals to your respective scores to see who wins the combat. If the player loses the combat, they are sent to jail for a turn, but if they win, they may draw an item card. Now in Darkest Path, there is 2 types of item cards. Followers, who are placed face up on the table and, like their name suggests, follow the character around, helping their cause by adding to their permanent scores, and objects, which can be kept in secret and played for strategic purposes such as a momentary advantage in combat. Now, this is something that is especially important if you land on another player. If you do land on another player, you may choose to either trade with them or fight them rather than the guards that are present on that area. Now, after a few turns of hoarding your assets, you may reach a limit to how much those arms can carry, which in Darkest Path is 1 object per player plus 1 subsequent object for each follower you have. In that case, if you draw another object and you don't have enough room for it, you can choose to exchange it with one you are holding, preferably by praying to the great god Toffee for her divine choice, or you can choose to simply not draw it. But while fun, traveling around, gaining allies and creating enemies isn't the only aim of the game. Before I said most squares have stealth scores, and this is because some are special squares. Now these squares don't give you access to item cards, instead they give you access to new areas of the board. This is because once you have sufficient strength, you must work your way from the kingdom into the castle, where there is stronger guards, but crucially even more powerful allies. And once you've gained enough power from within the castle, you can then work your way into the prince's quarters itself, at which point, if you win a battle with the prince, you are declared ruler of this kingdom and winner of the game. That is if your cat hasn't already knocked over all of the pieces.